I am the true alpha male, the living legend of hair loss, and your personal hairline hero. And you better believe that I love comments like this. This is my favorite part about making these hair videos. I made a video called When a Hair Transplant Backfires, Causing Women to Respect You Less. Stinky Cheese, which is a great screen name, said this, quote, "Oh, look at this comedy gold, folks," which is, please know that's how I'm feeling about this guy. "This guy is 40 years old and envious of young men who are able to get their hair transplanted in this modern world. Psst, this guy's wife won't let him. P.S. You're not the true alpha male, because if you were, you wouldn't need to say it. And as a matter of fact, you wouldn't have made a single video moaning about your hair loss," end quote. That comment received 4 thumbs up from viewers. So that means there's at least 5 people who have no sense of humor. They don't get the sense of irony that I actually don't care about hair, that I do these videos as a reflection of my viewers' own insecurity. He doesn't get it, that it's a joke, that when I say I'm a true alpha male, of course a true alpha male wouldn't say that. But it's a reflection of people's own insecurity, and to trigger them, I'm looking for the insecure people. I'm like a dog. I smell your insecurity. Well, your insecurity. I smell your insecurity. So when you take the time to say, he's not a true alpha male, I'm like, okay, that's someone who doesn't have a sense of humor and is worried about their own hair loss. So that's why this is pure comedy gold for me. But it gets better. It gets better. Respectable Person shows up, and you know how I feel about Respectable Person. I mean, this is a perfect arch nemesis frenemy. I love Respectable Person. So here's what he had to say. Quote, he's agreeing with the guy. "Yep, I bet his wife is scared of her Beta Bucks provider husband ascending from a relatively low value male to a better looking guy with options and leaving her without her Beta Bucks provider." I love that. It's awesome. And then he left another one. "Don't worry, Norwood," he's talking to me. "You see where we are coming from very soon. Once the custody battle begins with your wife, Norwood Zero says you a mean comment about your hair loss. Once you've outlived your usefulness, you will stop making these videos because you will be on a forum for divorced dads," end quote. So there's a lot of comedy there, because ultimately, when we look at a scarcity mindset, victim mentality, that's the kind of thing we hear from a person like that. And I had wrote down here on my notes, although on here, about women cheating because a man's going bald. So that was ultimately something I'd already written down, and then that comment happened. So I love this. So here's the deal. Beta men, hair transplant defenders, MGTOWs, bald cells in training, basically men who can't handle the concept of you're still the same person with or without hair, whereas an alpha male knows that that's not true. But people who are weak-minded like that, who are betas like that, they assume that when you get married, your wife will stop loving you if you go bald. There's a lot of people who believe that. They're very weak-minded to think that. In reality, what's the real reason that women leave their husbands? Does anybody else have enough life experience to know how the world actually works to answer that question? Go ahead. Leave a comment right now in real time. Let me see. No one's got it right yet. I'll go ahead and give you the answer. The real reason wives will leave their husbands or cheat on them is because the man is not emotionally, psychologically providing for her needs. Doesn't matter his looks, because women are not attracted to men the same way women are attracted. Men are dogs as far as, is she hot? Well, I even go over and talk to her. She's got to be high enough on the hotometer for me to even approach her. Women are not that way. Women are responsive to a man who's interested in them and being proactive enough to speak with them out of confidence and make the whole thing about her, because he's an emotional provider. So it's funny, because people who don't understand that can't emotionally provide for a woman. They can't psychologically provide for a woman. And therefore, in their weak minds, they think, if I get married and I go bald, my wife will leave me. Well, she might leave you, but it's because you're so focused on yourself, you're so weak, that you think she's going to leave you over you. Again, get over yourself. It's not about you. It's about her. She's not going to stay with a man who can't psychologically and emotionally provide for her. That's the See, I'm a mature man having a mature conversation. But when we have people like Respectable Person and friends and Stinky Cheese, that's what we get. Do you want to be like Stinky Cheese and Respectable Person? Or do you want to be like the true alpha male, Nick Shell, living legend of hair loss? The decision is yours. Comments right here.